very much. I think you will too. Let's give it up for the fabulous, the entertaining, the engaging, the engorging Breton Prigmore!
We'll see how this goes. I wish I could do my own introduction because I really love SNL. So I would just come in like, ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday Night Live, starring Henry Kissinger. Thank you. Tonight is an excellent opportunity to talk about the transition of the Chinese economy from a centralized socialist one to a free market. And musical guest, Bob Dylan. Ah, jeez Louise, I can't find my knees. I didn't think you'd laugh at that. You know, one common thing I hear constantly is the financial struggle we all go through. You know, everyone's talking about how they have to live paycheck to paycheck. And, you know, I really, aspire to live that way, you know. Like, I'm living like 8 ball to 8 ball every day. Any punk rockers in the audience? Woo! There's 1, Woo! 2. I was going to say you're being shy myself. Do any of you own a car? How old were you when you got your license?
15.
Oh, ruined my bed. But none of my friends have ever had cars, ever. And I think partially it's because Portland has such a good public transportation system. But when I moved out of my last apartment, I had to do it by backpack. Just backpack after backpack on the bus. It's terrible. We just literally, not a joke, we just got back from the dispensary down the street, the really overpriced yuppie one. And they gave me that giant, like a manila envelope sized bag, this child safety bag. And I'm like, this is the only bag plastic bag they'll give you in town, and like they force you to take it. And I'm like, I should charge you 10 cents. Hear girls, I hear everybody talking about big dick energy, you know. But I realize that I have big Andy Dick energy, and it has way less cachet. There's human body contains about 200 milligrams of salt. It's about 40 teaspoons. You know, like just think how many Himalayan people it takes to make one of those lamps. Truly a senseless waste of disappearing people. You guys like Carl Sagan?
Yeah.
Did you know that his TV special, the famous one, it was actually about Kramer from Seinfeld? I'll let that sit for a second. You know, do you guys like pro wrestling? Woo! Professional wrestling? I used to when I was a kid, and I feel like Diamond Dallas Page, Christopher's got me. I know he's excited now. I know my Aspergian level of knowledge retention, like when I was 9 years old, just has all come flooding back because I just can't watch the news anymore. I got really involved, and like I think that being politically aware and engaged is kind of like vowing to get in shape. It's like you start out with such good intentions, and you do it every day, and then you're like, you know what, I deserve a treat. I'll watch some ECW chair matches. It's fine. And then you start to fall behind, and now I'm just depressed thinking about it. There's no end to that joke. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God, I wrote myself into a corner. I started to clean out my email instead of just letting it fill up with like 20,000 emails and going through and unsubscribing from email chains. And I went through my Facebook and went through all the friend requests. And I was looking at all the fake profiles and all like the cis men who are all nasty, and I'm like, this is like human spam that I'm just sending to the spam folder of life, which is not where I want to be. All right. Rasputin's dick. You want to hear about that? I don't have enough time. Yeah, you know Rasputin. They have his dick in a big jar, and it's the second time that they've found the penis. The first time, after inspecting it, they realized it was just a giant sea cucumber. It's 12 inches long, the real one. So I'm like, how do they know that the second one is the real one? I just feel bad for the creepy guy who won the auction and he brought home the first penis and he takes home the pickle jar and he pulls it out of the brine and he starts sucking it and he's like, ugh, this isn't Rasputin's dick, this is a sea cucumber. Disgusting. I didn't grow up in a religious household. They were just kind of like secular hippies. So I'm just kind of vague, new age, secularness. And sometimes I believe in God, and a lot of times I feel like forced to believe in fate. But everything I've ever read or experienced tells me that God doesn't exist. And but I can never make my mind up about it. So I think that God exists intermittently. And so, like, when things are good, it's like a flickering TV set, and, like, God exists, and, like, those hockey guys won, but then it flickers out, and the Holocaust happens, or, like, the last 30 years of my life. Real lapse in the signal. My name is Breton. It's B as in Bravo, R, you can hold, give me larger applause in a minute. Breton Prigmore, Bravo Romeo, Echo Tango Oscar November. Add me on Facebook and we'll be friends. I'll accept your friend request if you don't look fake. But I need friends and people to talk to, clearly. So, thank you.